Right, welcome back. Here we are again. Cartoons inspired by Terry Gilliam. Now, when we left off, we just had our limbs moving about. So here's the backdrop that I've chosen, and you'll notice that it's a bit oversized width-wise on the stage, and I'll show you how to figure out a workaround to be able to see where you're putting things on the stage. So we're going to call this layer the office, and I've made it about 40 frames long, which would be about 3.5 seconds at 12 frames per second. You like it, you lock it, you save it, right? Then I'm going to put me on the other layer. Now, when we click on that little box, you see that green outline? That lets me see how big the picture is relative to the stage. Alright, and here's me. I'm still bloody huge. Oh my god, I'm a giant. What will I ever do about how big I am? Well, through the magic of Flash, I'll just hold down shift and oh, I just got tiny. I'm so small, I don't know what to do. So I shrink myself down, but what I want to make sure I do is take a careful look at the picture in the background. I make sure that I set my size relative to the background so that I don't look too small, I don't look too big, I look as Goldilocks once said, just right. Right. So there's me tweaking the size, and I don't know if I'm on the stage or not, but when I do that, you see, I can see that I was actually on the stage a little bit, and I put myself off to the side. So I'll put a keyframe onto frame 40, drag myself across the stage, and that's really about all you've got to do. Once you put in your classic tween, drag it about and make sure that it's doing what it's supposed to do. I slide across. Now notice that my limbs don't move yet, but when we test our movie, let it process. Oh look, there I am. Oi. Excuse me, I'm just passing through. Hello, American people, governing America and whatnot. Now, I'm going to do something else. I want to make a whole crowd of me. I'm going to call it crowd of me. And so this is going to be a new symbol. I'm going to put me walking in there, and I'm going to zoom out so I can see how big I am. Yes, right, Matthews, you're really big. I said I was going to fix this, so what I'm going to do is call me walking small. Right, insert new symbol, me walking small. I'm going to take the me walking and just put it there, and I'm going to shrink myself down. So now I've got a movie clip that's big, but I've also got one that's small. And that way when I need a bunch of me, or a crowd of me, and I've got a bunch of them there. So I go back to that and I delete myself, right? And I drag a bunch of me walking small onto the same stage that was that new symbol that I called crowd of me. So I've got a crowd of me there. Scatter yourself about. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. So what you want to do here is make the versions of yourself that are a little closer to the viewer a little bigger and a little bit lower in the picture frame, and that's the closest one, so that's the biggest one. Tweak the size a little bit, and I think that one back there, that one looks pretty good too. I click on scene 1, and now what I've got to do is extend the length of my scene. I'm going to add the layer that's going to be the crowd. And what I'm going to do is just simply click and drag the office frame, about another 40 frames, so 45-ish frames, right? So now I'm going to add about another 3.5 seconds. And I drag the crowd thing. Now I right click here, and I insert a blank keyframe. So now actually I've made a mistake here, and I'm going to have to clear it up later. You'll see what happens. But I'm going to leave it in because I think it's worthwhile to see what happens when you make a simple mistake. So I position the crowd, right? I just dragged it onto the stage from crowd of me. and I'll do that again with that little box so I can see that I'm not on the stage. Then I go to the last keyframe and oh wait, where did my crowd go? I'll insert a keyframe. Oh, my crowd still isn't there. I realized that when I go to make the classic tween, look, you see those dotted dots there? That means something got screwed up. So I'm just going to remove all of those frames and start from scratch. Basically what happened was I created an incomplete animation. There was a keyframe that had the crowd and the other keyframe didn't. And so the tween didn't know what to do with that information and creates a dotted line. Right, so now I've created the simple moving me across, and now it's going to put all of that together. And there's, hello, hi, it's me. And oh, look, there's a whole bunch of me. Excuse me, pardon me, look. And oh, hello, that's me again. And oh my gosh, there's so many of me running around the Oval Office. Maybe, no, in an oval I'm running around, not a circle, but more like an oval. Anyway, that's how you go about creating a cartoon in the style of Terry Gilliam. I hope that you've thoroughly enjoyed this tutorial, and why don't you tune in some other time when I've got something else really important to show you. In the meantime, we'll see you later. Bye bye.